All right, you probably caught this on my channel. I mean, a lot of you did. We're looking at almost 100,000 views already between all the videos, 150,000 plus views. This is the Dell Pro 14 Premium. This has got to be one of the best laptops of 2025. Magnesium alloy. The chassis is really good, thin and light. It's got an excellent camera, and it also has a tandem OLED display. This thing has been pretty phenomenal in terms of that display. And I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous here. It's got the deep blacks, the super vibrant colors. Again, tandem OLED brings a lot of advantages, but there are some downsides to an OLED, even a tandem OLED display. Things like PWM, screen burn-in. So you might want to go with IPS on that, or check out this one. This is a smaller version of that. This is the Dell Pro 13 Premium. Yes, it has an IPS display, no OLED or anything like that, no tandem OLED, but it's probably one of the nicest IPS displays I've seen in a very long time. Can get very bright, nearly 600 nits, even though they claim 500 nits. I got nearly 600 nits in my measurements. And I gotta tell you, this display has been nothing short of phenomenal in its own right. You can see it there. You can see it here. Touchscreen as well. Zero lattice keyboard like we got on this one. Same collaboration touchpad, same battery, same ports, same everything, just in a smaller form factor and better battery life. I'm seeing over 20 hours of mixed use, over 20 hours of video playback. We'll talk more about it in this review. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Pro 13 Premium, brand new for 2025. Coming up. So here's the kilograms with just the unit alone, 1.226 kilograms, and that is 2 pounds, 11.3 ounces. So pretty light here, I gotta say. And then let's put it back into kilograms here. With the power charger, power cord, and the USB-C cable, 1.476 kilograms, and you're looking at 3 pounds, 4.1 ounces for a total travel weight. All right, let's go there. And with just the unit alone, 1.267 kilograms, and that is 2 pounds, 12.7 ounces. That's light in its own right, by the way. And then let's put this one back on there just with the unit alone, 13-inch, 1.227. Just one more time here. 1.264, 1.265. So very similar in weight, actually, very surprising. That is the actual difference here in size. And then you can see here the difference in the ports, which are exactly the same on the right side, as you can see there. It all comes into focus there. And then on the left side, also exactly the same. So you're getting a same port selection, just in a little bit smaller form factor. So this is HDMI. This is a Thunderbolt 4 port, full function, and a headphone jack, right? So same as the 14-inch. And then on the right side, Kensington lock, another Thunderbolt 4. Yep. And then you get a USB Type A. So pretty decent. Now, one thing that is missing, there's no micro SD card reader or a full-size SD card reader, which would have been nice. However, maybe it's not a deal breaker. Again, they want to keep this to a minimum in terms of what weight and size. So I can understand that, but it would have been nice to have an SD card reader. But overall, pretty nice port selection, especially with HDMI there and the 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. Now, when it comes to user upgradability, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Phillips head screws that you need to remove this metal plate on the bottom. Once you do that, you'll notice that the SSD is removable. It's a small form factor, M.2 2230, kind of like the ones we see on a Surface device, although you could check out the reads and writes here. Really good on the 1 terabyte included with my review unit sent by Dell, so really good in that regard. And again, it is expandable by the user, so I like that. And when it comes to the memory, like all Lunar Lake laptops, it's not upgradable by the user. It's integrated to the system on a chip. Now, you can outfit this with up to 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM running at the very fast 8533 megatransfers per second. And the most you can do is 32 gigabytes. That is a limitation of Lunar Lake, nothing, no limit set by Dell. So just keep that in mind. And it has Wi-Fi 7 and a Bluetooth combo card. And as far as that is concerned, the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth both working flawlessly. No issue with either one. And for those that need it, you can outfit this with an optional 5G modem for those that need the always-on connection on the road. I love having that. And you could also do that as well on the bigger sibling, the Dell Pro 14 Premium. Premium as well. Overall, pretty good as far as the internals are concerned. All right, the star of the show in this particular unit has to be this 13.3-inch IPS display, 2.5K resolution, looking at 2560 by 1600. Now, it is a 60 hertz display, just like on the bigger sibling, the Dell Pro 14 Premium, not 120 hertz. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be a little disappointed in that, but keep in mind, these are business laptops, business focused, and the name of the game here is to maximize battery life, and having a high refresh rate, of course, will take away from that battery life. And by the way, spoiler, battery life is off the charts on this, as I mentioned earlier. We'll look at the numbers in just a little bit. But as far as this is concerned, very bright. Now, they claim 500 nits in terms of screen brightness. I measured 588, so closer to 600 than it is to 500. So I always like that when they underreport something and you actually do better than what they claim. So that's really good. Minimal screen wobble here. It's a touchscreen layer. It's got a multi-touch support, and navigating the OS with your fingers has been working great. Scrolling through the websites and so forth worked very good. Pinch to zoom worked really good. No pen support, of course. This is a clamshell, and the screen goes back 180 degrees, as you see here. So you're going to get the perfect viewing angle each and every time. And of course, no option for OLED or mini LED, as I said, and I don't think there is a mini LED, but 13.3-inch. But this one definitely is a good one. No worries for like things like PWM or screen burn or any of the downsides of an OLED. This certainly has all the advantages, especially being this bright, especially being this good for an IPS display. Watching Netflix, Amazon, YouTube has been great on this. I've had no issue with that. And of course, there's no HDR on this like you get on this one, which is the tandem OLED, but I think that is going to be not much of a disadvantage in the grand scheme of things. Again, business focused. You want to have maximum battery life, you want it to be bright, and you want it to have some good, cool efficiency as well. And this checks all those boxes. Now, this has a really good camera. The same camera you found in the Dell Pro 14 Premium is found here. 8 megapixel IR HDR camera. IR means you can log in with face recognition with Windows Hello. The power button doubles as a fingerprint scanner. And I thought it worked out pretty well overall, but you be the judge. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now let's give it a look and a listen. So this is the camera on the Dell Pro 13 Premium here for 2025, 8 megapixel HDR IR camera. That means you can log in with face recognition with Windows Hello. It also has a physical shutter switch above the camera for more security and privacy. That's always good. This is an AI PC, so you have all the studio effects here. You got the background blur, the standard blur, the portrait blur, auto framing, all that stuff is here. What do you think about the video quality, and what do you think about the audio quality? Let me know. All right, let's talk performance here. And this is running the same processor as the one on the 14-inch, the Core Ultra 7 268V with 32 gigabytes of memory. This, of course, is Lunar Lake, 8 cores, 8 threads, and it also has no hyper-threading, just like the other Lunar Lake processors. And that is not a disadvantage. This is an advantage because it's more efficient and better battery life is a result, as we'll see in a little bit. But you're going to notice here a little bit less multi-core, a little bit less single core than maybe some of the competition. Again, in real-world usage, you will not notice any difference whatsoever. Now, the integrated solution in terms of the graphics are really good. The Intel Arc 140V, and this one is no exception. Good Time Spy, Firestrike, and Wildlife Extreme scores really play that out. And of course, you could do light 4K video editing on this if you want to. Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve. You could do some Photoshop. You could do some Lightroom. So definitely good on the road with this. So that is a big advantage in my book. And as far as the thermals here, I didn't notice really any thermal throttling to be too worried about here. Maybe 80-something% when I did the Time Spy score. So again, nothing to really worry about as far as throttling. And the surface temperatures not only remained cool to the touch, where you place your fingers on the keyboard, but the underside never got overly hot. So you can place this on your lap without the fear of getting burned or anything like that. And it remained relatively quiet, even under load. So the name of the game here is cool and quiet. So fan noise was not much of an issue, even when you're pushing this. Again, you'll notice it a little bit, but again, when you're in the balance mode doing your everyday tasks, it's basically a silent laptop. All right, let's talk battery life. And this has the same 60 watt hour battery as the Dell Pro 14 Premium. and it did really good. On the Modern Office test, it got 20 plus hours. On the video playback, it did 20 plus hours. So real world usage, this is going to be all day and then some. Great for cross-country flights, great for transcontinental flights. If you are a business user and needs that longevity, this fits the bill in terms of that. Comes with that very compact power supply in the box, the same kind you saw on the Dell Pro 14 Premium. So it's an easy travel package to take with you on the go. So good longevity and that portable package is a killer combination. All right, let's talk audio here. Quad speakers, 2 top firing, 2 bottom firing, and it has Waves Max Plus audio, all that stuff. And I thought it sounded really good. I've compared it to the Dell Pro 14 Premium when we did that live unboxing. But of course, let's give them a listen and you let me know what you think in the comment section below. And just like the Dell Pro 14 Premium, we have a zero lattice keyboard here that I thought was very comfortable to type on. Typing out documents, emails, and the like has been very good on it. And I thought it was really, really good in terms of the backlight on here. So if you want to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment, you have no issue in that regard. And I just really like the look of the Zero Lattice. The feel and look is really good. Now, you do get the collaboration touchpad. So if you're going to do Zoom calls, you can turn off the camera. You can do the mute of microphone. You can share your screen. All that, like we looked at on the Dell Pro 14 Premium, is included here. Same touchpad, same collaboration features. I love it. Now, one thing I wish it did have was a haptic touchpad. You don't get it on the 14-inch. You don't get it on the 13-inch. Hopefully, next iteration, they will upgrade that to that haptic touchpad that we saw last year on the Latitude line that we don't get here. So I would like to see that change. But other than that, the touchpad itself, scrolling, doing all the gestures, everything works as you'd expect it to. All right, so I'm booting up Linux, Ubuntu Linux to be specific, from a USB drive to see if this will work. Obviously, I had to disable the secure boot in the BIOS. So for those who are wanting to do it like this, you'll have to do that. But here you can see that this is definitely booting into Linux here, into Ubuntu. And let's see if everything is working. Hopefully the drivers are working. So far, the touchpad is working. The keyboard should be working. And the touchscreen seems to be working. The question remains is, will the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, all that? We'll be right back and I'll let you know. Okay, so it looks like everything is working as it should. I'm on Firefox here. Let me go to my website. So the keyboard is working. And the touchscreen is working. Yep, that's working. Scrolling, that all works. Okay, let's see if a video works here. Let's see if the audio is working. And good news, audio is working. I couldn't get it to work on. Wow, it's loud. Wow, that is loud. But audio is working. Now, I couldn't get it working on the HP OmniBook X Flip that I looked at, but these are definitely working. So overall, pretty good.
Through every iteration. And
wow, that's even louder than I think on Windows. So that's interesting. And let's take a look. Yep, let's see if the camera is working here. Let's go to the camera. And that is, says no camera found. So that is one thing that is not working. Let's see, about camera. Let's see. Boom. So it doesn't recognize the camera, which is interesting. So we'll have to look into that. But everything else is working as far as Linux is concerned. We'll look into the camera issue, and I'll let you know if I should find any solution. All right, pricing here, not cheap, over $2,400 as configured here today. But of course, keep in mind one thing. This is a business-focused laptop, and companies tend to buy these in bulk and will get pretty nice discounts from Dell. So they're not going to be paying the retail price. So just keep that in mind. And the other thing to keep in mind is Dell is always running sales. So you may not pay $2,400 for this when it's all said and done. So always check the links in the description below for the latest pricing. That being said, yes, it's not cheap, but you're getting a premium magnesium alloy. You're getting the QHD Plus display. You're getting 20 plus hours of battery life. You're getting the Zero Lattice keyboard. You're getting the collaboration touchpad. I mean, you're getting the great ports here. So I think they can cover the price here, and a similar MacBook Pro or something in that range will be the same amount, if not more than this. So just keep that in mind. And this can do some things that the MacBooks can't, such as having the touchscreen option, the 5G option, upgradable storage, better for gaming on your downtime, of course. I mean, we can keep going on and on. We already know the differences there. So it's just a matter of what you want and the features that are offered, especially if you are a business user. Great battery life, all that, all contributes to this. And of course, yes, it is expensive at the end of the day, but I think it is worth it considering what you're looking at here. And again, companies tend to buy these in bulk. I hate to keep repeating that, but it's really true. So to wrap it all up, what do I think about the Dell Pro 13 Premium here for 2025? And I got to say, we don't see a lot of 13-inch business laptops out there. And I think without a doubt, this is the top business laptop in the 13-inch category for 2025. Now, I will say I'm loving this QHD Plus display, 600 nits of brightness. It's sharp. It's got good coverage of the color gamut. It's got good color accuracy. Now, is it OLED color accuracy? Is it OLED coverage of the color gamut? No, not quite as good, but it's up there. It's got the deep blacks, the good contrast. It's all there. It's got a touchscreen layer. That worked out really well. I like the battery life here, 20 plus hours on my Modern Office test that I ran, and of course, 20 plus hours on the video playback. That is pretty phenomenal, especially if you're going to go on the road. You need longevity. You also have the optional 5G modem that you can get this with if you customize it at Dell's website. That is really good. And of course, it's got a Zero Lattice keyboard, a collaboration touchpad, good ports, although I would like an SD card reader. We don't get that. But other than that, great port selection in terms of splitting up the two Thunderbolt 4 ports, and they are both full function. So really good overall. Yes, it is a little expensive. Yes, I would like an OLED or tandem OLED option. I don't know if they make it in 13.3 inches, to be honest. But other than that, there really is no downside to this laptop. I will say this is the best 13-inch business-focused laptop out there in 2025, and it's not even close. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. If you're a casual viewer of my content, why not hit that subscribe button? It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps support the channel. We're making our big push for 250,000 subscribers, and we are already over, by the time you see this, 240,000 and climbing. Very rapid rate. Thank you, everybody, for supporting and subscribing. And if you're going to buy something like the Dell Pro 13 Premium, check out the links in the description below. Yes, they are affiliate links. And no, I don't get a big commission, a small commission that helps go to support the channel, helps keep the lights on here in the studio. So until next time, this is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next video.